How did I get here? I thought I did all the right things. I thought I was faithful. So why hasn't my dream come true? It felt real, and I thought it was from you. Instead, I'm here. Where are you? What am I supposed to do now? Just sit here? In this jail cell? Afraid? Alone? This is not how I thought it would end. I hate this place. I hate everything about this place. I never thought I would end up here, considering how it all started.
Have you ever found yourself in a place like this where your dreams were not coming true? No matter how hard you tried, things just weren't working out. We all have dreams in our lives. Many of them are given to us by God. Dreams to start a new business, have a happy marriage, to finish college or adopt a child, or change careers, maybe become a missionary, or move to a new city at the prompting of God. Sometimes these dreams are so real to us, we can see them. But the journey to fulfill those dreams is anything but a straight line of success. Maybe a dream you have has been rejected by those closest to you. Or maybe you've had to deal with unfair leadership or accusations or that voice in your head that tells you there's no way this is going to happen. Or maybe you're on the other side of your dream and you're living in the beauty of your God-given dream actually being realized. That's awesome. But even in success, we have more to learn. Life is a roller coaster of ups and downs. We can't really control that. But what we can control is how we deal with those ups and downs and how we deal with each of life's twists and turns, and who we can lean on along the way can tell us a lot about who we really are. One character in the Bible from the book of Genesis who saw a lot of ups and downs was Joseph, the son of Jacob. And over the next 5 episodes, we're going to explore the life of Joseph and how he handled rejection, unjust leadership, temptation, loss of hope, and success. And it all starts with a dream. Before we get to any of that, we first need to go back to the beginning of the story, to Joseph's family, his mom, his dad, and his brothers, and learn how he dealt with these family members, because these are the ones who rejected his dream.
Around 18 or 1900 BC, around 200 years before Joseph was born, God told his great-grandfather Abraham that his descendants would be made into a great nation and that they would inherit a great land. Now, Abraham, a successful rancher and shepherd, was faithful to God, and God gave him a son named Isaac. Isaac then had twin boys named Jacob and Esau. And Jacob, even though he was younger, also received this promise from God that their family was going to be a great nation and inherit a great land. Now, when Jacob, remember, he's the grandson of Abraham, was probably in his 60s, he finally started having children. A lot of them, most of them boys. He had 12 sons in all, the 11th of whom was Joseph. Now, his first 10 sons were born to his first, third, and fourth wives, but his second wife, she was the true love of his life, and her name was Rachel. Finally, after lots of trying, Rachel becomes pregnant and has 2 sons, the first of whom is Joseph. His dad, Jacob, loves Joseph more than he loves the rest of his children. In fact, one day, kind of out of the blue, when Joseph is 17 years old, Jacob presents him with a robe of ornate colors, or a Technicolor dream coat. Needless to say, Joseph's brothers hate the coat, and they hate their brother Joseph. They clearly see that their father's love for Joseph is greater than his love for them. This gift of a coat will set into motion a series of events that will lead to one of the most pivotal events in world history. But first, he has these weird dreams.
My brothers aren't going to like these dreams. Either one of them. Surely they mean something. Rain and the sun, moon and the stars. This is significant. I'm sure of it. There must be a big future in store for me. But how? I'm not going to tell my brothers or dad about them. I don't even know what they mean. What will they think? But I'm too excited. I have to tell them. This may not go so well.
Well, Joseph is kind of excited about these dreams he's had, so he decides to go out and tell his brothers all about them. He's like, hey guys, listen to these dreams. First one, I'm a hay bale. And you guys, you're all hay bales. You got it? And you guys, as hay bales, bow down to me as a better hay bale. Isn't that a crazy dream? You guys bow down to me. And the brothers hate him all the more because he's basically saying that a day is coming when they are going to bow down to him. Well, a few days later, he tells them the other dream and even gets his dad to come and listen to this one. He's like, hey brothers and dad, remember that dream I told you a few days ago, that awesome one with the hay bales? Well, that was nothing compared to this one. Check this out. In my dream, there were 11 stars and the moon and the sun. That's all you guys. And you all bow down to me. Even you, Dad. That's a pretty cool dream, huh? Well, Joseph's brothers are furious now, and his dad even scolds him right there in front of his brothers. He says, are you saying your mom and I are going to bow down to you too? You see, Jacob stands up to Joseph there, but secretly, Jacob starts wondering what amazing things God might have in store for this son that he loves so much. What could these dreams possibly mean? Joseph's brothers give him the derogatory nickname, the Dreamer, and they take off with their flocks to let them graze in a fertile land like 65 miles away. By this time, God had changed Jacob's name to Israel, and a short time after the whole dream telling takes place, Jacob, or Israel, tells his son Joseph to go check on his brothers while they're tending sheep and to bring back a report on how they're doing.
Even Joseph didn't understand what the dreams meant, but God was giving him a picture into his future. His brothers immediately understood the dream, and they hated him even more for insinuating that he was going to rule them. He was number 11 of 12 sons. Plus, they already hated him because he was obviously Jacob's favorite. God gave Joseph a dream, a vision, a new reality of who he was going to be moving forward. But when he shared it, he was rejected. Maybe you have a dream rejected by people you love. Maybe you have a picture of a new future where you own a business or create a product or adopt kids, leave to be a missionary, get married or have children of your own, finish college or move to a new town at the prompting of God. Now, this dream of yours might not be as vivid as Joseph. Maybe it's just more of a strong feeling about the next thing to do. In any case, when you have this dream or feeling or idea, you feel good about it because you know it's right, so you share it. But people don't understand it, and so they either dismiss it or dismiss you. If you've ever experienced something like that, you're not alone. Joseph experienced the same thing, and it was confusing to him. He just felt like there was this thing that was going to happen to him because God gave him a dream about it, and so he shared it with his brothers. But of course, it didn't go well. Even his dad was irritated and didn't understand. Can you imagine what that might have felt like to Joseph? He has this dream that God gave him and he shared it with his family. His brothers were jealous, and his dad, who loved him the most, even rebuked him. That had to hurt. How could you not have felt rejected in that moment? Now, here's the important part. How did Joseph deal with this rejection from those closest to him? We see two things he did that I think we can learn from. First, he kept serving the people who rejected his dream. Sometime later, Joseph got sent to go to his brothers, and he quickly said yes. The real job was to go and check in on his brothers and bring a report back on how they were doing. Well, this is a terrible job to do when someone hates you. His dad was basically saying, go check on your brothers, then come back and tattle to me. Jacob was putting Joseph over his older brothers who hated him. But Joseph said yes and traveled 65 miles north. For you, rejection might come from a spouse, parent, or a boss or friends. Don't reject them back. Don't get lost in the moment, the momentary loss. Joseph wasn't going to be down forever. He was experiencing a terrible loss here for sure, and his response was to be faithful to his dad and to go check on his brothers. He didn't even kick the dirt and ask his dad, "Why do I have to go?" He just said, "I'm ready," and he went. Don't get mad at the person who's rejecting your ideas, your dreams, that spark inside of you that won't go away. Continue to serve them. The rejection of that dream may be the thing that ultimately propels you to the greater dream God has for you in the future. Second, Joseph kept moving forward. He just realized the next right thing. Joseph had zero clue how he was going to turn out with his older brothers actually bowing down to him. He probably secretly didn't even know if it was really going to happen, but the dream was there, kind of simmering beneath the surface. Do the next right thing, Joseph did. For him, it was to keep tending sheep and to go check on his brothers. We see evidence of God's people just taking the next right step throughout the Bible. We see Abraham leaving his homeland at the prompting of God. He didn't even know exactly where he was going, but he felt he had to go and just start moving forward. In the New Testament, we see Paul, after having Christians arrested and killed, actually become a Christian. He knew God had huge plans for him, but he wasn't sure what to do next. So he just kind of started. He just started preaching, going from place to place, and telling people about Jesus. And the Bible in its entirety is the story of God taking the next step with us, leading us to our ultimate destination, the salvation of our souls. If God has given you some sort of dream, any sort of dream, don't give up under the face of rejection. Just take the next step and see where God leads you. Maybe you should take a class or get a different kind of job or get certified to be a foster parent, volunteer somewhere. Just do something. Move forward. Joseph did. And you can too. Don't be slowed down by rejection. Get up and keep moving forward. You know, as I think about it, probably most great dreams have had their share of rejection. But the people who get dreams and visions from God have done two main things. They have kept serving those who have rejected their dreams, and they have kept moving forward. Doing the next right thing. Don't give up on your dream. Great things are ahead. I want to leave you today with two final thoughts. First, rejection is just part of the process. Even Jesus, who was God, was rejected. Isaiah 53 verse 3, he was hated and rejected. His life was filled with sorrow and terrible suffering. No one wanted to look at him. We despised him and said, he is nobody. And this is Jesus they're talking about. Second, you're never alone. Psalm 27:10 says, even if my father and mother abandon me, the Lord will hold me close. Of course, this is just the beginning of Joseph's story. We know God gave Joseph these dreams, and so he had a plan. But as we will see next week, even God's plans can take many unexpected turns. And at times, those plans come up against unjust leaders along the path.